Welcome to the Shreveport Connection with Tommy. This video is on your Raw results from your reunion show, WWE main event, and one other result from a different company as well. I think it's Ring of Honor. Probably two shows, two events. But for birthdays from July 19th, Jeremy Borash, he was born 1974. Tony Mamaluke, 1977. Killer Cross from Impact Wrestling, who's no longer there, 1985. Jinder Mahal, 1986. Ho Ho Lund, 1987. Birthdays on the 20th. Adam Rose, 1979. Fabian Eichner, 1990. Fabulous Moolah. She was born July 22nd, 1923. David Von Erich, 1958. HBK, Shawn Michaels, 1965. Fandango, 1981. Kenny King, 1981. Akira Tozawa was in 205 Live, 1985. This video here, this link, is from WWE's official Facebook page. They shared a video in honor of National Ice Cream Day. Here's a spoiler plot lines for Miz and Mrs. that starts on Tuesday night, which is returning this week on the USA Network. I'll probably get the videos uploaded Wednesday night. Episode 723. Mike and Maurice host a dinner party for a famous chef. An impulse purchase blows up in Mike's face. July 30th episode. Mike puts Monroe through crawling boot camp. Then goes overboard when baby-proofing Castle Marmiz. August the 6th episode. Mike struggles with his new good guy image in the WWE. Maurice wants Mike to be a better listener. On the 13th, Mike drags Maurice into a Renaissance fair to be treated like royalty. The Mizanins battle a snake. On the 20th, Maurice's family comes to visit the couple in Austin, Texas, in their new home from the first season. Mike loses Maurice's title after losing a bet. This week's Raw reunion special saw Braun Strowman squash a local enhancement talent named Randy Road, who was played by indie wrestler G3, who was trained by Tommy Dreamer and Hall of Famer Alpha. Road regularly works for Alpha's WXW promotion. There are also other talent that wrestle like 205 Live from the show as well, from that same promotion. Rock's oldest daughter, Simone Johnson, recently appeared on the Swerve City podcast at this link with WWE NXT superstar Isaiah Scott, Ariel Monroe, and Demetrius Montezzi Scott. Johnson has been training part-time for more than 1 year at the WWE Performance Center in Orlando. Simone revealed that she was given the chance to start training once her month at the Performance Center, beginning in June 2018. Regarding her pro wrestling future, she admitted that she's somewhat concerned about not living up to her dad's legacy. The club's Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows, and WWE U.S. champion AJ Styles are now referring to their stable as the original and the only club, thus beginning OC, as they were saying on Raw. The only club that matters as of late on social media. Styles just spoke with The Rap and revealed that they are now calling their group the OC. As WWE filed the trademark to this term last week for general wrestling and merchandise use, indicating a focus on the name. Styles said, "We are the official, we are the original, we are the only club that matters. We are now and forever the OC." Styles was asked about Finn Balor possibly being brought into the group. I mean, we'll have to see where he stands. We're not exactly liked right now, Styles said. Does he want to be not liked? I don't know. I don't know where it's going to stand or where it's going to stand. He will always be an invitation, but who knows if it's going to happen, because he has requested a leave of absence right after SummerSlam. Styles also talked about his finishing moves, the phenomenal forearm, and the Styles Clash. He ranked them as 1 and 1A instead of naming an actual hierarchy. Listen, I've beaten with the calf crusher as well. So if you want to throw that in there, Styles said, I like having more moves to finish people off with because it's just more ideas to present. There's a chance that you could be beat by any one of these, even a clothesline. I wish there was more of this going around, Styles added. I wish that a simple clothesline could be the finish of the match. That way, you don't know when the finish is coming at all. But I'm very grateful to have more than one and more than two. More than Cena, in other words. New WWE SmackDown Executive Director Eric Bischoff made his WWE return on Raw Reunion special from Tampa, Florida. Bischoff appeared in a backstage segment with Mike Kanellis, Maria Kanellis, Eve Torres, and WWE Hall of Famer Ron Simmons, whose only words are, damn. It appears that Bischoff mentioned to Kanellis that maybe they may be able to come over to the blue brand if it don't work out for them on the red brand, as Mike has been moved to the purple brand. 205 Live. The segment ended with Simmons throwing a damn to Mike after Maria ran him down and insulted him in front of everyone. Here's some at this link. The first one says, he's back and better than ever. From Eric Bischoff. Country singer Jason Aldean shared a post on Twitter that he met Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. And he wrote, met at Triple H and Steph McMahon at my show, and they couldn't have been cooler. Thanks for coming out. Hashtag Guilford. And his tweet can be found in this link. You can see the picture in that link. Being Elite episode number 162 can be found in this link. WWE recently released two top creative writers. SmackDown co-lead writer Steve Guerrero and Raw in-office lead writer Steve Oppenheim. Well, I guess they don't like the name Steve. Hey Steve, you're fired. In an update, two writers were let go this past Friday. It was said to be a Vince McMahon call done to shake things up. According to PW Insider, Guerrero worked creative since 2012 and held a lead writer position since 2014. He led the at-home side of the Blue Brand creative team, working from WWE headquarters in Stamford, Connecticut. In addition to working the Red Brand, Oppenheim also worked Raw and Main Event, and had been with WWE since 2011. In another recent WWE creative change, the company has assigned producers to work either the Raw brand or the SmackDown brand instead of going back and forth between the two. One of the reasons for this change was because of previous instances where producers would be on the road for live events, then sent home because they weren't needed, then return for TV taping at the end of their loop. This new change will see producers work one specific loop permanently assigned to their brand. The Raw Reunion special will feature another A Moment of Bliss segment with Alexa and Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch. Bliss spoke with Sports Illustrated and said she plans to expose the man tonight, as she spoke earlier on Monday. I have a plan for tonight's A Moment of Bliss, and that plan is to expose Becky Lynch's past, said Bliss. Tonight is the Raw Reunion, and that is all about the moments that have helped make WWE. It's great to have all the legends coming back to Raw, but it's also the perfect time to create this moment with Becky. Bliss continued, I've known Becky for a long time, and I remember her first day in NXT. One of my first rivalries in WWE after I debuted on SmackDown was against Becky. She is the perfect person to interview and expose on a moment of bliss. No word yet on if they have plans for Bliss to be added to Natalya versus Lynch at SummerSlam, but Bliss says she can humble Lynch. Ever since Becky had taken on this persona of the man, she's become way too cocky, Bliss said. If there's anyone who can humble her, it's me. This is a moment when I'm going to marry the difference between reality and storyline. Becky always loves a challenge, but we'll see if she can step up to a challenge when she's at her most vulnerable point. Regarding tonight's reunion, Bliss said that she would like to see WWE Hall of Famer Trish Stratus return for the chance to challenge her. Which, spoiler alert, she is scheduled for WrestleMania coming up for 2020. Bliss was first to miss a potential match at WWE Evolution last year due to a concussion. Obviously, I wish I had the match with Trish last year at Evolution, Bliss said. I would love to face her, whether that's SummerSlam, Evolution, or anywhere else. I would love to have that moment. Seth Rollins recently spoke with Newsweek to promote Monday's Raw reunion special and said it's nice to have people like new Raw Executive Director Paul Heyman and new SmackDown Executive Director Eric Bischoff in creative roles. He was asked if there's a difference backstage when he's noticed and what his feelings are towards Heyman running the Red Brand. It's nice to have people like him and Eric Bischoff in creative roles. Guys that are super influential, Rollins said. I think it's one of those things that if you want to look to the future, you want to look at the past and find good examples. We have done a great job of collecting a lot of great minds over the last several years, especially the past year. We have Bruce Pritchard back there, Jeff Jarrett back there as well. We're adding Paul and Eric to the mix. There's a lot of information and brain power in the creative department, so it'll be cool to see where things go from here. When asked what he thinks about the things Heyman will bring to the Red Brand, the architect pointed to how Heyman has a history of taking risks. Rollins said this should lead to an exciting and unpredictable 3 hours of Raw each week. One thing about Paul, he said, is still true to this day, is that he's not afraid to take risks. Rollins said he's good at taking a lot of things about the talent that people may see as weaknesses and turn them into strengths. The way he sees talent is different than other people in the creative side. So you can combine that with the ability, willingness to take risks that other people aren't. It adds for an exciting and unpredictable 3 hours of Raw, even botches. And so I'm looking to see this crazy left and right turns that he'll take us moving forward. Rollins also was asked about the wild card rule, and it sounds like he's not a fan of what it has become. He said the rule has really muddled things up on the brand. Rollins was then asked if he looks forward to having the wild card rule matchups each week. Maybe the wild card really muddled things up, to be honest with you, Rollins said. Now you're seeing those guys every single week. It used to feel special when I see the New Day, but now they're eating pancakes backstage at every chance they get on Monday, and I'm not a fan of that. But no, it's great that there's so much talent across both brands. I think once you see the move to Fox, it's really going to tighten down as far as best wild card options and stuff like. It's really cool to see things come together. Now, and get these cool matchups you might not get in October or November because you're on a specific brand and that's all you get. He continued to comment on why he's appeared on SmackDown. Raw is my gig, man. SmackDown is fine. They have 2 hours. There are people on that show that need TV time. They have so many guys backstage that are starving to get the opportunity right now, or just sliding in on backstage visits, or what have you. I'm not going to go over on there and take over segments every single week. They don't need it. They have a wealth of talent over there. Besides, I don't want to deal with Shane McMahon more than I have to, he said. Recently reported that two-time WWE Hall of Famer HBK would be sitting at the commentary desk on Tuesday as advertised, which is weird because that's his religious day. Michaels will be at the booth for SmackDown Live, and it's now been revealed how long the showstopper will be sticking around for. 1 week only. It turns out that this will be a one-time only gig. F4W Online confirmed that Michaels will only be commentating this Tuesday, one-night only deal, with Raw Reunion taking place this Monday night. To the idea to put Michaels on the commentary was likely a way to keep viewers into the second night. It has been confirmed that DX will be taking part of the reunion show on Monday. Michaels is currently at the NXT Performance Center with some of the rising stars in WWE. Whilst the idea of Michaels being full-time was never apparently discussed, it would have been a major name to take them into the deal with Fox this October. HBK is, of course, one of the biggest superstars in WWE's history. However, some fans were quick to mention how lackluster the showstopper's appearances have been at recent pay-per-view event pre-shows, and they are available to view on the WWE Network. Michaels could, well end up taking a place at the commentary booth, or just an in-ring segment on Tuesday night still. It will, of course, all depend on how he feels about the role and whether Fox will be interested in keeping a name of his stature available for Tuesday night. Finn Balor shared that he and his girlfriend, Fox Sports host Veronica Rodriguez, got matching tattoos over the weekend. Balor shared a photo of their tattoos on his Instagram, link at this link. The tats are the date, June 21st, 2018, and a location. While Balor didn't share the meaning of their tattoos, it's possible the date and location are when and where the couple first met. The two confirmed their relationship back in June after Veronica interviewed Balor in Madrid, Spain during the 2019 UEFA Champions League Finals. Speaking of 2019, the Olympics are coming up, and you got qualifications ongoing this coming month in August at the CenturyLink Center. I think it's 3 days. I think it's August 8th, 9th, and 10th. I'll confirm that in my next video, on your SmackDown video. Drake Maverick defeated R-Truth on this week's Raw Reunion Special to once again become 24/7 champion. Hall of Famer Pat Patterson later defeated Drake for the title after a backstage segment with the Boogeyman that scared Drake into the loss, and that can be found in this link. This was Drake's third reign with the title, and the first for Patterson. Truth's most recent reign began last Monday after he pinned Drake in his hotel room. Patterson during Raw, he became the second champion, and can be found in that link. And some more shots of title changes as well at the next link. And you can see Drake also scared. I'll post all three links together on that one. And more shots of the recent 24/7 title changes from the Amalie Arena in Tampa tonight. We noted how R-Truth dropped the title to Drake Maverick, who lost the title to Pat Patterson, and then Pat Patterson lost it to Gerald Briscoe. Backstabbing him in backstage, Briscoe then approached Kelly, who was all smiles until she turned on him, decked him, and got the pin to win. At WWE Universe for Pat Patterson to Gerald Briscoe to at the Barbie Blank at this link. And just like that, Kelly has won and became the first woman to win the 24/7 title. #Raw, #Raw Reunion at the Barbie Blank. And that also be found at this link as well after that. Title changes continued as Candice Michelle then won the title from Kelly Kelly with the help from new WWE referee Melina. Is she back full time? Unknown. Then Hall of Famer Alundra Blaze then choked out Candice to win the title. Blaze then tried to recreate the infamous WCW Nitro moment by dunking the title in a trash can at the announce table as she walked out to the arena and at the announce table. But WWE Hall of Famer, the $1 Million Man, because everybody's got a price. Ha 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 ha. I can do better, but I ain't worried about it right now. Who came out and bought the title from her. Undisclosed amount of money. And can be found at that link as well. Which DiBiase would later drop the title to Maverick in the back of a limousine to where we couldn't see it. Drake held the title through a few more segments, but lost it back to Truth as he was about to escape in the limousine with his wife Renee Michelle to finally consummate their marriage, supposedly. Carmella then helped Truth, but Truth jumped into the back of the limousine with Renee as it drove off. 24/7 title chase on this week's Raw ended with the champion, Truth, driving off with Michelle in what looks like to be another bonehead Truth move, while Carmella was left at the arena with a bummed out Drake, and she gave him a super kick. Well, as I was saying, everybody's got a price for the $1 Million Man. For the new 24/7 champion at MDMT, the MDM, Ted DiBiase, hashtag Raw Reunion, and can be found in that link. Truth is now a 10-time WWE 24/7 champion. Drake's last reign on tonight's show was his 4th. A few more shots of 24/7 title change from the Amalie Arena in Tampa. At this link here, champion once again, Maverick, seemingly just defeated $1 Million Man in his own limousine. More at WWE Maverick as Ron Killings wins back the 24/7 championship and rides off in the limo with at one Renee Michelle, hashtag Raw Reunion at this link. Well, Sarah Schreiber was speaking to Melina backstage at the Amalie Arena before Raw went on the air, and can be seen at this link. She asked about how it felt to be back, and she says, it's just great to be back. Melina said, I started crying all day. I keep putting makeup back on because I keep crying. It's good to see everybody. This is family. This is home. So it's been so wonderful. I'm just so happy. I'm happy to be here. 3-time WWE Women's Champion and 2-time WWE Divas Champion was also asked about what she thought about the new generation of female superstars. Go to that link to see what she said. Well, she even said, yes, it's so great to see them. It's great to actually see their personalities because I only see what I see on TV and what the fans tell me. And I see this, and I see their personality outside the ring. And it's just so beautiful to see how genuine they are and what great human beings they are. Melina was then asked about what we can expect to see from her on Raw tonight, but she said she likes to keep things a surprise. Eli took to Twitter this evening to fire another shot at The Rock ahead of Raw Reunion special, which neither one of them will be on Raw tonight. The Rock and Elias will not be at WWE, hashtag Raw Reunion, because The Rock is afraid to step into the ring with me, Elias wrote. And your results from the Ring of Honor, pay-per-view, or whatever you call it, mass hysteria, from the Lowell Memorial Auditorium in Lowell, Massachusetts, with Alex Shelley, Jay Lethal, and Jonathan Gresham defeating the Kingdom in the main event. Full results: Briscoes as champions defeated the Bouncers tag team title match. Casanova defeated Preston. Silas Young defeated PJ Black, formerly known Evan Bourne. Tasha Steelz defeated Carissa Rivera and Angelina Love. Kenny King defeated Dragon Lee. Shane Taylor, champion, defeated Eliasm for the television title match, which actually can be found in that link. Villain Enterprises defeated Lifeblood. Comments from Fight TV from Twitter. Big Mac Action, which can be found in this link. See picture of that. This is Haskins. And at Bandito Wrestler will battle PCO, not human. It's not human. And at Marty Skrull, hashtag Mass Hysteria at Ring of Honor. Go to that link. Rush then defeated Dalton Castle by disqualification. Can be found in this link. And commented on Twitter. This will continue. Hashtag Mass Hysteria. Alex Shelley, Jay Lethal, and Jonathan Gresham defeated the Kingdom. And this link. Action. Bray Wyatt made a second appearance with his Fiend character on Raw Special, taking out Hall of Famer Mick Foley. Wyatt returned last week and attacked Finn Balor, reportedly to set up a singles match at SummerSlam. There was a lot of talk this week about how Wyatt used Foley's own mandible claw on him. And here's a segment, the video of that link. WWE take the following matches from Tampa for main event. Spoiler alert! If I can get it uploaded, probably not. Naomi defeat for this week's main event. Naomi defeated Sarah Logan, Calissa, Lacerado, Grand Metallic, the Lucha Party, House Party, and Titus O'Neil defeated EC3, Eric Young, Cesaro, and Robert Roode. We'll just call them former Impact wrestlers, and Cesaro, who was Ring of Honor. Raw reunion opened up from the Amalie Arena in Tampa. Michael Cole's on welcomes us to the show, chimed in with Corey Graves and Renee Young, as usual. I only got to see parts of it, of Raw, because my feed kept on going in and out, in and out, in and out. Sucked the whole time. Fan chanted Cena's name as he came out. He talked about how exciting it is to be here and how it is to get the different kind of reaction. He plugs WWE Hall of Famers, the Hulkster, the Nature Boy, DX, and Stone Cold. But he didn't mention Stone Cold's name, he just had Steve Austin appearing. Cena says he couldn't miss this. Like the fans, and this is his home. Cena says WWE always has been and always will be his home. Fans cheer him on. Cena says he knows he hasn't been around as much as he used to, but he promises that these people are his heart and his family. Cena goes on and says, let's get some energy in the building. Let's get the show going. The music hits, out comes the Usos, Jimmy and Jay. Usos hit the ring and hype Cena up. They say Cena and the Usos dropping some rhymes would make this Raw reunion even more lit. The Usos say fans want it, and a yes chant starts up from the crowd. Cena goes to leave the ring. Some fans boo. Usos say fans came to see the doctor, presumably Dr. Thugonomics. Uso says this is John Cena, the cat who left WWE for the movie business. Cena comes back and starts battling with the Usos, rapping and bringing up their mugshots and former arrest. Cena says that was fun, and he's got to bounce. And they know they can't see him. They stop him from leaving and bring out their father, Hall of Famer Rikishi. Fans chant for Rikishi as he enters the ring. Rikishi tells Cena to back that butt up respectfully and come back in. Rikishi knows Cena is the man, but he can't let Cena leave fast and furious without busting a move. Rikishi asks the crowd if they're ready as Cena stands with them. Cena, Rikishi, and the Usos get ready to start dancing together, but the music interrupts. Out comes Raw Tag Team Champions, The Revival, Scott Dawson and Dash Fowler. Music hits again. Out comes the Hall of Famer, Devon Dudley, to join the Revival on the stage. As they head to the ring, cut backstage to Hall of Famer Hulk Hogan and Jimmy Hart. Hogan is pumped about getting into some action in his hometown tonight. As we go to commercial, Revival versus Usos. I did see partial of this, but it froze when Uso was on top of the rope. We didn't see nothing else. Back from the break, out comes Hall of Famer Booker T. Joins the announcers for commentary on non-title tag team action. Beginning the ring, Jay starts off with Scott as they go at it, as Wilder comes in, but Jay also takes him out. Jimmy comes in and ends up dropping Dawson for a 2 count. As Rikishi looks on from ringside, the Revival turns around off of a distraction, and Dawson drops Uso over his shoulder as Devon heals it up at ringside. Dash tags back in as they mock Uso, and the double team slingshot him under the middle rope. Dash keeps control, makes another quick tag to Dawson for double teaming in the corner. Devon cheers Dawson as he drops elbows and slams Uso on his back. Dawson mocks Uso once again and taunts Rikishi. The Revival keeps control as the screen splits with a Burger King commercial. Complete with a damn from Ron Simmons, as it sounds like. We go back to the match, and Dawson trades shots with Jay. Dawson drops him and tags back in as they continue to dominate on Jimmy. Jay finally drops Dash with a kick. Dawson comes right in and gets sent into the corner. Jimmy tags in, as does Dash. Jimmy drops Dawson off the apron and unloads on Dash. Jimmy with a big Samoan drop after more offense. Devon tries to rally for the Revival, but the Usos keep control. Dash with a close 2 count on Jimmy. Jimmy comes back with a Rikishi splash to Dash in the corner. He goes to the top for the splash, but Dash moves. Jimmy doesn't see the tag as Dawson comes back in. Jay breaks up the pin after a big double team jumper suplex. Devon walks over after Dash and Jay crash out to the floor. Rikishi walks over and stares him down, backing him up. Dawson is distracted, talking trash to Rikishi. Jimmy waits behind him. Dawson turns around to a big super kick. Jay tags in and goes to the top. Jimmy super kicks Dash to the mat. And Jay nails a superfly splash on Dawson for the pin to get the non-title win. So I guess at that point, that was the finish for us all. Winners of the match, the Usos. After the match, Usos and Rikishi celebrating the ring as the music hits. Devon regroups with the Revival on the outside. Still to come segment, Seth Rollins on Miz TV, and Becky Lynch on A Moment of Bliss. Also, Rollins versus AJ Styles in a non-title match. Alicia Fox backstage, and they're apparently giving her the Legends gimmick now. And she's with Caitlyn backstage. Also, Dana Brooke. Hall of Famer Tori Wilson walks up and joins their discussion. Santino Morello appears. Dana and Caitlyn have apparently left the picture. Santino brings out the Cobra. Then a thought. Drew McIntyre appears and he's not amused by Santino's attempt at comedy with the female superstars. Legends? Drew asks as he walks off. We'll go to commercial. Charlie Caruso backstage with 24/7 champion R-Truth and Carmella. We see footage of Truth retaining over the Hurricane and Drake Maverick at the San Diego Comic-Con. Over the weekend, Drake's wife, Renee Michelle, appeared and has words with Carmella. This allows Drake to sync up and pin R-Truth for the title for his first win on Raw. Drake and Renee hurry away with the title. Charlie is shocked. Hall of Famer Godfather appears as his music plays for a second. He asks Charlie if she knows what time it is. He says it's time to hop on the Whoo train. I didn't see none of that segment at all. Drew McIntyre versus Cedric Alexander. Regarding the ring outcomes, Drew McIntyre as they show how he lost to Cedric last week. Cedric was out next. Drew attacks and swings at ringside, but Cedric ducks it. They go at it with Drew getting an upper hand. Cedric turns around and kicks Drew in the face. Cedric goes on and hits a moonsault to the floor to take Drew back down. Drew then launched Cedric back into the ring post. Drew mounted Cedric on the floor and pounds on him. Drew continued destroying Cedric at ringside and then launches him face first into the edge of the apron. With an inverted Alabama slam, Drew then stands over Cedric and stares down at him as the referee tries to get him to back away. We get replays of the apron bump. We see the Viking Raiders backstage. Back to commercial. Back to break, Jake Maverick is caught in the locker room by the Boogeyman. Drake is terrified. Hall of Famer Pat Patterson appears and pins Drake for the title with his foot on his chest. The Superman pin. Patterson leaves with the title. We go back to the ring. Christian's out for commentary. So I guess there wasn't no win. Wasn't even a match, I guess. I don't know. It doesn't say. With Drew and Cedric. Well, this next match is a squash match. Viking Raiders. Okay, back to the ring, we got Christian on commentary. Lillian Garcia is introduced as a special ring announcer for this match. Viking Raiders versus Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins. Now we got to ring out first on the Viking Raiders, Ivar and Eric. Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins were out next. Hawkins and Ryder start out with a double team on Ivar. Ryder works over Eric and tags in Hawkins for a double team for a 2 count. My feed did come back in for that, but it goes right back out. Ryder and Hawkins put up a fight, but the match ends with the Viking experience move after a few minutes. After the match, Eric and Ivar start to tell as the music plays. Mike Killis, Eve Torres, and SmackDown Executive Director Eric Bischoff backstage. And other returning stars are backstage at a celebration. Maria walks up and says she's not happy he's here. Bischoff mentions something about coming to SmackDown if this doesn't work out for her or them. Maria yells at Mike and insults him in front of everyone. Hall of Famer Ron Simmons appears and gives Mike a loud damn to end the segment. We see Samoa Joe backstage walking, back to commercial. The OC, the club's new name, AJ Styles, Carl Anderson, and Luke Gallows. They say it's a celebration, but not for the Raw reunion, just for them. They go on, and AJ talks about beating Seth Rollins tonight, which I did. My feed did come back in at that point. AJ says the OC will show that they are the most dominant group in history tonight. Then, now, and forever. Then it's over. Camera cuts backstage to a Hall of Famer, Jerry Briscoe, with the 24/7 title. They didn't show this, but Patterson is down, apparently just got pinned. Briscoe walks up with Kelly, and she's all smiles until she turns on him and takes the title. Kelly's music hits, and she hurries off with the title. We go to the ring, out comes Samoa Joe. Joe isn't happy about the Raw Reunion special. Joe says these shows are a plunge or a plague to WWE, which I've only seen a partial of this as he goes to the ring. He's in the ring. He goes on and says instead of his show of violence tonight in the ring, we got the Usos with their daddy spitting limericks at John Cena. Joe calls it embarrassing. Joe was surprised that they didn't do more pandering, more dancing, and passing out stink faces. The music interrupts and out comes Roman Reigns to a pop. Reigns takes his time getting to the ring. They stare each other down. Reigns says if Joe has something to say about his family, then say it. Joe says he's already said it. Reigns says Joe is from the same island, so he knows what happens next. Reigns steps to him. Joe does know, but before they get into this, Joe swings a cheap shot at Reigns, but Reigns fights him off. Joe goes for the eyes and drives Reigns into the ring post. Getting the match started, sending him out. Joe follows Reigns to the floor and launches him into the barrier. I caught this, the tail end of this as it went out shortly after the backstage, the starting of the Samoa Joe segment. And he comes back in, and I'm seeing the Superman punch. And Joe knocked Reigns back out for the ring for a headbutt. They brought it back in. Reigns knocks Joe off the apron with a Superman punch for a pop. Reigns stands tall in the ring as Joe looks on from the floor. Joe acts like he's going back in the ring, but backs off. Fan chant for Reigns. Joe talks more trash and says he's not doing anything for these people tonight. Fans boo as he walks away. Reigns apologizes to the fans and says not all Samoans are cowards. Joe stops on the ramp and says we're about to see a Samoa get put out permanently tonight. Joe asks Reigns if he wants the match, and he does. So apparently it was just a beatdown segment. Joe says he's got it. Joe tosses the mic and heads back to the ringside area. Referee is the ring when we get the match. But we go to commercial first. Back for the break, and the match begins. Roman and Samoa back and forth to start. Joe quickly goes for Reigns' injured arm and turns it around. Joe works Reigns over for a few minutes, beating him around and focusing on the arm and shoulder. Reigns tries to mount offense, but Joe dominates. Reigns ends up going down hard on the outside. Joe hits ropes and launches himself out with a suicide dive. Taking Reigns back down on the floor, Joe recovers and looks down at Reigns as the referee counts. They bring him back in, and Joe sends Reigns to the floor again. Joe runs and leaps out, but Reigns is nowhere to be found. Reigns doubles Joe and brings him back in the ring. Reigns with a big right hand off the ropes, and fans start to rally for him. Reigns unloads in the corner with a clothesline. His fans count along with him. Reigns drops Joe with a kick to the face. Fans pop for Reigns as he stands tall. Reigns goes for the Superman punch, but Joe catches him with an inverted atomic chop. A kick to the face and a senton in the middle of the ring. For it close 2 count. Joe is surprised that he didn't get 3 count. Joe picks Reigns up and applies a cocaine clutch in the middle of the ring. Reigns resists and they tumble. Reigns gets the upper hand and ends up hitting a big spear for the win. After the match, Reigns stands tall as has his arm raised as the music hits. We go to replays. Reigns continues his celebration, poses for the fans. So the come segment, more legends will be here. Also, Seth Rollins on Miz TV and Rollins versus AJ Styles. Becky Lynch will be on a moment of bliss as well. We go to the ring. Out comes the Miz for another must-see edition of Miz TV back commercial. Back for the break. Miz is in the ring with a microphone. Of course, he hypes up tonight's guest, Seth Rollins. He plugs his match against U.S. champion AJ Styles tonight and against the WWE Universal Champion Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. Music hits and out comes Rollins to a pop. Miz welcomes Rollins and shows us a video package on recent events that led to his SummerSlam match with Lesnar. Number 1 contenders match last week. Rollins is laughing and Miz asks why. Rollins says Miz called the biggest match of his life a predicament. Rollins says Lesnar's name, but stops to say it again. This time mocking Paul Heyman. Rollins does a bad impersonation of Lesnar, as I did see this part of it, calling him a real Godzilla-looking bastard. Rollins goes on and gives Lesnar props for being a beast. Rollins calls Lesnar a Seth Rollins wannabe. Rollins goes to explain himself, but he's interrupted by Heyman on the big screen. Speaking from the gorilla position backstage, Heyman runs Rollins down and Rollins repeats the wannabe line at Lesnar. Heyman tells Rollins to stay right where he is. Heyman comes to the stage and continues having words with Rollins, which he wasn't nowhere but right there at a curtain. And he just turns around, opens the curtain, walks through the arena to ringside, to the ring. Rollins says if Heyman is going to keep talking trash for Lesnar, he's got to be prepared to walk for Lesnar too. Rollins says to come stomp Heyman's head in 5 seconds. Heyman says he's just an advocate. He walks off and Rollins says, stay in the ring. Rollins says Heyman has been hyping Lesnar up as a beast and a conqueror for years. But he's just a man and any man can lose. Rollins says he will face Lesnar at SummerSlam and Lesnar will lose. Rollins turns his attention to tonight's match and says he prepares for the biggest match of his career by fighting. And he is going one-on-one with AJ Styles. Rollins says it's time to ignite the fire and burn it down. His music hits and he walks off. Charlie's backstage at the Raw reunion party. She gets to get some words with Legends, but Sami Zayn interrupts. He ain't happy with Legends getting TV time. He doesn't think they're legends. They're just people who were around at the right time. He says this is more like the Attitude Era on the Face app. Talk about the Facebook app. Sami wants these people to go home and stay home. Don't come back at WrestleMania. Just stay home. Rey Mysterio appears to tell Sami to show some respect because these people paved the road. Sami says he doesn't respect any of them, and he will pave a road through Rey. Hall of Famer Kurt Angle appears, steps in between Sami and Rey. He suggests that they take care of business. Their problem in the ring. Rey says he's down, and he walks off back to commercial. Back from the break, we got 24/7 champion Kelly greeting Candice Michelle backstage. They spot Naomi and Melina hugging. Melina reveals that she has a referee shirt on under her top. Candice needs Kelly and pins her for the title. Melina counts for the 3 count. Then Hall of Famer Alundra Blaze appears and wins the title from Candice by choking her out. Wins by tap out. She says if any of them have an issue with her being 24/7 champion, they better do something about it because she won't be champion for long. Blaze walks off with the title as the others stare at her. And we got Rey Mysterio versus Sami Zayn. We go to the ring. Out comes Jonathan Coachman. Back from the ESPN. For commentary, Rey makes his way out for the first to a pop from the crowd. Sami was out next. Back and forth between the two to start. Rey goes up to the top. Sami takes his leg out, leaving Rey hung upside down for a tree of woe. Sami unloads while Rey is upside down, focusing on the injured shoulder. Sami stomps more for a 2 count. Ray looks to fight back, but Sammy nails the Blue Thunder Bomb for a close 2 count middle ring. Sammy wastes some time while holding Ray down, taunting him. Ray counters the move with a big DDT. Ray begins to mount some momentum. Ray counters again and drops Sammy into the position for the 619. Ray goes for it, but Sammy retreats to the floor. Referee counts, but Sammy looks to be walking out of the match. Music hits, out comes RVD to a pop. Hall of Famer Sergeant Slaughter was also out next to stand with RVD. Stand back, there's a hurricane coming through. Music comes on, he's out. And Sammy isn't happy. Hall of Famer Kurt Angle also joins him on stage and says, "You suck," chant starts from the crowd. RVD Helms, Angle and Slaughter, back Sammy into the ring. Ray attacks and drops him for the 619. Ray nails it and goes to the top. Ray nods to the legends for a show of respect and pays tribute to RVD by hitting the 5-star frog splash on Sammy for the pin and the win. As RVD was in his wrestling gear. After the match, Ray celebrates as the music hits. We go to replays. Ray exits the ring and hugs the legends at ringside. So comes segment, Becky Lynch on a moment of bliss with Alexa Bliss. A limousine arrives in the back. Hall of Famer Ric Flair steps out. Walks in. We go to commercial. NXT Tag Team Champions Street Profits are backstage. Apparently, Angelo Dawkins, who is putting in eye drops now, has been in the bathroom getting high and drinking champagne with RVD. Hall of Famers Mark Henry and Ric Flair and Kelly Kelly. They had to leave because the Boogeyman showed up. Montez Ford is amazed at Dawkins being cool with all these legends. Dawkins gets called and has to take it. It's Hall of Famer, the Godfather, who Dawkins walks off to meet up with. We go back to the arena. Out comes 24/7 champion, Alundra Blaze, to the announcer table and grabs the trash can. Apparently goes to put it in, just like she previously did on WCW. Blaze says she told everyone she wasn't going to be champion for long, and here's why. She goes to recreate her infamous WCW Nitro moment with a trash can and the title. Bunch of music hits, and out comes Hall of Famer Ted DiBiase. The $1 Million Man offers to buy the title because everyone has a price. He pulls out a bunch of money and trades with Blaze. She walks off with the money, and DiBiase laughs. He's your new champion. Till it comes segment, Rollins versus Styles, back to commercial. And that match is up next. We come back from the break. Out comes Hall of Famer Jerry the King Lawler to the announce table for commentary. Out first for the non-title match is the OC. U.S. Champion AJ Styles with Luke and Carl. Seth Rollins is out next. Bell rings and they go at it. They take on the middle of the ring and trade holds. They run the ropes. And Rollins drops AJ with a big shoulder. AJ goes to the apron for a breather as Gallows and Anderson check on him. Did not get to see this match at all. AJ strikes first this time and beats Rollins down. AJ bounces Rollins off the top turnbuckle and continues to beat him around the ring. Rollins fights back with chops. AJ catches Rollins in mid-move, but Rollins turns that into a 2 count. More back and forth. Rollins with a huge forearm to knock AJ back into the corner. Rollins stomps away in the corner and beats AJ down for a pop. Rollins fights back from the apron and goes to springboard in, but Gallows and Anderson distract from the floor. This allows AJ to knock Rollins from the apron. OC stomp Rollins at the bottom of the ramp. Music hits, and out comes Hall of Famer DX, Triple H, and Shawn Michaels. Triple H and Michaels walk down the ramp to stand with Rollins. Well, I did see this at this point right here of this segment. The two sides face off at the bottom of the ramp for a pop from the crowd. We go to commercial. Back from the break, Rollins and Styles are unloading on each other with strikes in the middle of the ring. DX and OC watch from ringside. Rollins counters a shot and hits a sling blade. Rollins goes on, hits a blockbuster. Rollins with a super kick, more offense. Rollins cranks up for the stomp, but Gallows and Anderson trip him. Then hit the ring to attack for the disqualification. After the DQ belt, DX immediately hits the ring to stand with Rollins to make the save. The two sides face off. AJ says DX is with them. He holds the Too Sweet sign up to Too Sweet at DX. Gallows and Anderson also raise it up as DX looks on. DX raises the Too Sweet sign back to the OC, but turn around to crotch chops. They attack and a brawl breaks out. DX and Rollins clear the ring for a big pop. OC are upset at ringside now. They grab steel chairs around the baby faces from the apron. Music hit, out comes WM Hall of Famers, Road Dogg, Big G, James, and Shawn X-Pac Waltman, Kevin Nash, and Scott Hall. Road Dogg then takes the mic and hypes them all up. He mentions China's spirit Big Hair also. He says he forgot Billy Gunn and says the OC is outnumbered here by the OGs. The Click and DX stand tall as Road Dogg suggests the OC get stepping and quick. Gallows enters and AJ exits the ring. Drop their steel chairs at ringside. AJ and Michaels have words. Road Dogg goes to lead if you're not down with that. But he hands the microphone to Seth Rollins to finish up the thing. The segment. And Rollins tells the OC to suck it. As the DX music hits the end of the segment. Still to come, more legends will be here. A Moment of Bliss with Becky Lynch and more. Hall of Famers Mick Foley and Mark Henry backstage talking. Back to commercial. Back for the break. 24/7 champion Ted DiBiase backstage. He enters his limousine. We hear pinfalls going now. Drake Maverick comes out. And he has a chance. He has a champion. It's now time to consummate the marriage, apparently. A group of superstars chase Drake away as Renee and Michelle encourage him to hurry and get back. Hall of Famer Mick Foley is in the ring. He plugs SummerSlam and mentions getting his hands on the 24/7 title as a group of superstars come running by and back to the back. Foley thanks everyone for being a part of the many Raw moments for over the years. He shows his favorite Raw moment on the big screen, his 1999 WWE title win. The screen goes out and lights start flickering. They go in and out, and it becomes clear that Bray Wyatt has arrived. Lights come up. Wyatt is there standing next to Foley, which I didn't see this at all. Wyatt attacks and uses Foley's mandible claw on him. Lights go in and out again. Striking music plays. In the background, Wyatt takes Foley down, keeps him down. Lights go all the way out, and music stops as we hear Wyatt laughing until Raw goes commercial. Back from the break, out comes Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross for another must-see edition of Moment of Bliss. On the stage, Bliss says, after what we just saw, we can all use a moment of bliss. She introduces her very close friend, Nikki. Bliss says, the show must go on, so here's her guest. Cross introduces Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch, and out she comes. Lynch takes a seat, and Bliss brings up the upcoming WWE SummerSlam title defense against Natalya. The music immediately hits, and out comes Natalya with a microphone. Bliss says hello, and asks why she's here. Natalya says Becky can say it to her face if she has something to say. Bliss shows us what happened last week with the in-ring face-off between Lynch and Natalya. Bliss continues to stir the beef between Natalya and Lynch. Natalya mentions meeting Becky in Japan years ago, and now she doesn't respect her, which blows her mind. Becky accuses Natalya of trying to stab her in the back once she got to WWE. Lynch talks about Natalya's friendship with Ronda Rousey and says she will embarrass Natalya in her home country at SummerSlam. A brawl breaks out on stage. The referees run out to break things up. Still comes segment. Toast to Monday Night Raw with Flair, Austin, Hogan, and Michaels. Back to commercial. Back to the break. Natalya's backstage with Charlie Caruso, writing about how she is going to take the title from Becky Lynch at SummerSlam. 24/7 champion Drake Maverick is about to make it into the limousine with Renee and Michelle to escape, but R-Truth comes from behind and rolls him up. Carmelo appears and provides an assist, allowing Truth to get the pin and the title from Jake once again. Truth leaps into the limousine and drives off with just Renee and Truth inside. Carmelo is left with Jake, who isn't happy about failing to consummate his marriage once again. Braun Strowman versus Randy Rhoads. Indie fit guy, a jobber. We got a ring, and Braun Strowman is out with local enhancement talent, Randy Rhoads. Strowman takes the mic, promises this will be a quick one. Strowman goes right to work on the local jobber, destroying him with the power moves. Strowman quickly puts Rowe away for the easy win with the Alabama Slam. After the match, Strowman stands tall as his arm is raised. We go to replay. Strowman marches up the ramp as the music plays. Still comes segment, Toast to Monday Night Raw. We go to commercial. Back to the break. It's time for the Toast to Monday Night Raw segment. Out first comes Ric Flair as Mike Rome does the introduction. Large group of tonight's returning superstars, legends, and Hall of Famers come out to the stage next, standing behind the Nation Boy as the music continues. Hall of Famer Hulk Hogan is out next to a pop. As his Real American plays music, Hulk comes out to the stage and bows to the group of stars. Then to Flair, Hogan plays to the crowd and then takes the mic. Well, let me tell you something, brother. Hogan starts up and talks about how great it is to be back on Raw. In his hometown of Tampa, Jack He goes on to just one question. What are you going to do when Raw reunion and Hulkamania runs wild on you, brother? Hogan's music starts back up, and the others on stage applaud and dance around. Coleslaw talks about some of the Raw success over the years. The glass ugly breaks, and then we got Hall of Famer Stone Cold marches in the ring, and I did see this final segment of Raw, where the biggest pop of the night also hits the corner as a pose for the crowd, as he's got his new beer out there with him. Broken Skull beer brand. As he poses for a minute or two, Austin pulls a small cooler into the ring, checks out the beers and puts them back. He then has a few beers tossed into the ring like the old days. Apparently preparing to drink his Stone Cold IPAs. Also does his signature beer chug as the crowd pops. Fans chant Austin's name as his music stops again. He asks for the hell yeah, and then another one louder. It's good to be back in Tampa, he says. He talks about wrestling in Tampa, paying dues, telling stories, and being on the road with his brothers and sisters. Austin goes on and gets the what treatment, which is a plus for Austin like no one else. Austin goes on and praises everyone on the stage, saying they're like family. Austin tells the fans they too are like family. Austin looks at the camera and says everyone watching the show around the dang world are family as well. Austin gets the what treatment again. It goes on about spending the day with Hogan, recording a podcast, drinking beer, and eating sushi. He also spent the night at the bar with Flair, drinking beers and listening to stories. Austin recalls having a damn moment with Ron Simmons at the hotel elevator and how happy they were to see each other. Austin then goes on about being thankful for this family reunion. He calls everyone else down to the ring to have a few cold ones. Austin raises a toast to the other sons of bees in the crowd, saying it was a complete sellout. Austin hypes up the Raw being a good time, and that's all he's got to say about that. Austin raises a toast to America, to Tampa, to everyone else across the world. And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so. The ring then fills up with the stars as Austin's music starts back up. Austin kicks off a beer bash and hugs Triple H. Austin tells them to cut to music and asks how much time we have left. 1 minute. Austin talks about being nervous. What about what's going to do tonight? And Jonathan Coachman told him just to be himself. Austin says that's what he did. He likes to drink beer and hang with his friends. Austin says they are counting him down now. He talks a bit more about being with family in tonight's big event. Then signs off as Raw reunion goes off the air. And WWE post segment, what happened after Raw went off the air, and this link saw Austin and the Superstars continue celebrating inside the arena. And the video ends with Austin heading to the back. And the backstage video of Austin talking with the WWE camera after the show goes off the air. Texas Round State was asked how it felt to be back home. Austin commented on having his own brand of beer, Broken Skull IPA, out in front of the world. Good. It felt great to be back out there. And this is Broken Skull IPA. This is my beer. I'm so proud of it to come here in the crowd, 20,000 strong, in the WWE Universe. And this display, it was something else. It was a feeling of emotions out there. You know, I'm not a sentimental guy. My name is Stone Cold Steve Austin. And I'm known for dropping people on that stack of dimes. They call a nick. But to go out there with my brothers and sisters on this Raw reunion, I hope they continue to do this every year because I will continue to show up, Austin said. WWE reporter then wished Austin good luck and tried to end the interview. Austin wasn't done. More in this thing. Well, I appreciate you saying good luck to me, but you don't need to ride me off into the sunset so soon. You don't go Don't you got another question for me? Austin said. Austin then was asked about what it meant to be out in the ring with his brothers and sisters from the past. Man, you got to understand, we're in the entertainment business, so you want people to tune in and watch, so we can take you off your problems. But we deal with the same problems. We're out on the road doing it. So when you get a bunch of us together, kind of specific to that task at hand. Some people have been wired to do this business, traveling up and down the road. This is the grind. This is its grind. So go out there with your peers and people. Have been doing the same exact thing you've been doing for so long. And to be around like-minded people, just trying to entertain people at the house. It was fun. That's all I got to say now. Also said, he continued, you've done your job. The goatee looks like crap. You might want to cut that off. I'm kidding. I love you. Family reunion. It's a great day. Goodbye, camera guy. If you don't turn that light off, I will kick you in the gut, drop you on that stack of dimes you call a neck so fast. Thank you very much. We'll see you on the next tour. Thanksgiving. That concludes my raw results. And what happened after all? Peace out. See you in a minute. If you don't know, just call me, brothers and sisters.